Good morning, children. So today we are going to study about the natural disasters. So first of all, it's important to know what are natural disasters or natural hazards. Natural hazards are geographical events which occur naturally, which is not made by human being, which is not made by man. Okay, human beings have no control over this, over such events, and events such as earthquake, volcanic eruptions, flood, drought, cyclone, etc. are natural hazards. So these are called natural hazards. So these events, it affects a large population which spread all over the world, and when these natural hazards leads to loss of human life, leads to loss of property, and it cause other environmental damages. So they are called natural disaster. These are called natural disaster. It is caused by natural way. In this lesson, we will learn about the various natural disasters, their effects and precautions to take to keep ourselves safe. Okay. So firstly, we will learn about earthquake. Now, what is an earthquake? An earthquake is a natural disaster which occurs by shaking and trembling of the surface. So we had a very bad experience on this, isn't it? So it occurs by shaking and trembling of the surface of the earth. Okay, and land and oceans are all floating. So during that time, what happened? Land and oceans are all floating on tectonic plates. It floats on tectonic plates. When these plates collide, vibrations are caused. When it collides, vibrations are caused, and vibrations reach the surface of the earth in the form of an earthquake. Okay, so the first one we have learnt is earthquake. Okay, so these are all about. Now, what is epicenter? We have heard about this, isn't it? Epicenter, a word, we have heard about this word. So what is epicenter? It is the point on the earth's surface that is directly above the point of origin of the earthquake. So epicenter is the point on the earth's surface that is directly above the point of origin of the earthquake. The tremor is maximum. The shaking is maximum at the epicenter. The shaking part of the tremor is maximum at the epicenter. And the maximum damage is caused in this region or in this area where there is epicenter. Okay. And now, how do we measure the earthquake now? How do we measure the earthquake? So, the intensity of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale from 1 to 10. So, 1 point something, 2.5, 7.5, we have heard that, isn't it? So, it is measured with the intensity of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. It is measured with the help of a Richter scale from 1 to 10. So, what is the study of earthquake called? Now we study about earthquake, isn't it? So what is the study of earthquake called now? The study of earthquake is called seismology. So a term seismology is the study of earthquake. One with which we study about the earthquake, it is called seismology. Now, fire, floods, tsunami, landslide may also occur because of earthquake. So earthquake affects a lot, and it may cause fire, it may cause flood, it may cause tsunami, it may cause landslide also. Understood? So what are the precautions to be taken for this now, to be followed now? If there is an earthquake, what are the precautions to be followed? All buildings, old and new, must follow safety norms to resist such disaster. So we have to follow all old buildings as well as new buildings. Has to be some certain norms are given, and we have to follow certain rules or norms. Okay, And number 2 points, we must keep an emergency kit containing flood, water, medicines, etc. So these are the certain things we should keep with us. At any time it may need. The moment tremor is felt, we should run out of our building and stand in an open area. So we should not stay in the room or in the house. So what we have to do? We have to come out from the house and we have to stand in an open area. That's why we used to come out and we used to stand on the road, isn't it? So where there is nothing on the top of our head. Area where nothing can fall on us. Why? Why we have to stand in an open area? We have to stand in an open area so that nothing falls on our head or on us. Now number 4 points, we must sit under a heavy table in case we are unable to run out of our house. Why? Because this table, the top layer of the table will help us, will support us in case if anything happens on us. If there's anything falls on us. Yes. So number 5 point, use a staircase instead of lift. So there are lifts also, isn't it? So you should not use a lift. We should use a staircase when we go and come down. Now the next one, we will move towards cyclones. What are cyclones now? Cyclones are violent storm or high speed winds which move in a circle. So cyclones are a violent storms or a high speed winds which move in a circle about a low pressure area. So these storms are always accompanied by heavy rains. Okay. The next one we had learned is cyclone. These storms are always accompanied by heavy rains, and the coastal areas are mostly affected. So these are prone areas or prone to cyclones. Coastal areas are prone to cyclones, like coastal areas like this. These are the coastal areas, right? So these are coastal areas, so these are prone to cyclones. These are prone to cyclones. Now, cyclones are one of the most powerful natural disaster. Why? Because of their size and their potential to destroy. It destroys a lot. It does not spare anything. Understood? If there is cyclone, right? So it has the potential to destroy a lot. So what are the precautions to be taken now, to be followed now? With an advanced technology, cyclone can be forecasted. Nowadays, a cyclone can be forecasted because of an advanced technology, and they can now be tracked by satellites also. Okay, and the satellites, with the help of satellites, it can be tracked also. Now, what should be done now? We must be alert and listen to the warnings and the weather forecast. So the weather forecast and the warnings are given. So we have to be very careful and we have to listen to them too. The forecast and the warnings which is given during that time. Now number 2 points. We must store food in advance and keep some medicines and safety kit ready. Anytime we may need this. And the next point, we must shift to a safer place before the cyclone hits. Okay, before it hits, we were told to shift the place. So we have to shift to a safer place if the cyclone hits, before the cyclone hits. Next, number 4 points, avoid going near the sea. That's why during that time we were told not to go to sea areas, isn't it? So we must avoid going near the seaside. Number 5 points, roof of a house should be kept in good condition so that it will not be blown away and it may not cause a heavy damage. Now, next we'll move to floods. The next one is flood. Floods. Floods mostly occur when excessive rainfall, when there is excessive rainfall or heavy rainfall takes place. Now, in this case, the water in rivers and stream, it exceeds its capacity to carry water, which results for floods. Okay. So, the flood, it occurs because of excessive rainfall. If there is heavy rainfall and excessive rainfall. Now, how do we take precautions for this now? Embankments along the river should be repaired if cracks have developed in them. Okay, so embankments should be along the river should be repaired. The embankment should be repaired immediately if cracks have been destroyed in them. Next point, number 2, electrical appliances should be disconnected in case there is danger of flood. That's why there is a load shedding, isn't it? If there is a flood, no light, they will not supply us with light and all. Electrical appliances should be disconnected at once. Yes, if there is a danger of flood. Now, and fill all clean containers with drinking water. During that time, drinking water is not possible. So, all the dirty water or the muddy water may flow, isn't it? So, during that time, what we have to do? We have to fill all the clean containers with drinking water. And we should never walk into flowing water. When the water flows, sometimes we walk, isn't it? It may cause a great loss. Sometimes we lose our life also. So, we should not cross the road. We should not cross the flood. We should not cross water if there is flood. Now, next we are going to study about drought. Drought. What is drought now? It is a continuous and lengthy period during which there is little or no rainfall. Dry, all over it is dry. Okay, the lands are dried and the lands get cracked because of loss of rainfall, because of loss of water, no water, scarcity of water. It is a result of insufficient rain for several years, not only months or so, but it is a continuous insufficient water, insufficient rainfall for several years. It causes drought. What happens when there is a drought then? The crops fail to grow, and which causes scarcity of food, isn't it? And it causes famine. So, if there is no food crops grown, what will happen? We will not get sufficient amount of food and it causes famine, scarcity of food. As well as we all know that India is an agricultural country, isn't it? So, we depend on monsoon or rainfall season or rainy season. So, drought results as well as it results in starvation also. People die of hunger during drought. If there is a drought, people die of famine, people die of starvation. And it leads to the death of large number of people as well as all human beings. Right? Now, what are the precautions for this also? There are certain rules to be followed. Precautions can be taken. Rainwater harvesting should be done on a large scale. Okay, number 2 points. Rainwater falling on the rooftops and on the ground should be stored for the future use. Okay, rainwater, when there is a heavy rainfall, rainwater or the rooftops water can be stored in certain place so that we can use it in the future use. Reservoirs and tanks should be built to store rainwater. Now, trees should be planted and in drought prone areas. Where there is a drought prone areas, trees or plants should be planted. So, dams should be built to store excess water in reservoirs. So, these are the precautions to be taken. Now, next volcanic eruptions. Next, volcanic eruptions. What is volcano? What is volcano now? It is a mountain or hill, typically conical in size, having a crater or vent through which lava, rock, fragments, hot vapor and gas have been erupted from the earth's crust. It is a volcano. So this is all about volcano. And or on the other hand, we can say it is a rupture in the crust. Volcano is a rupture in the crust of a planetary mass object. Okay, and it can destroy the entire city by changing the landscape of a place. So they cause a huge damage to life and property. So now what are the precautions to be taken for this volcano also? In such case, people should be prepared to move to a safer place where authorities take them. There are certain people who used to look after all that, isn't it? So these whosoever the authorities, they will take us, they will take them. We should be able to prepare to move to a safer place. Food and water must be stored at all times, and all electronic gadgets must be switched off during volcanic eruptions. And to keep a disaster emergency kit always ready, such as batteries for torches, etc., can be needed any time. So this has to be kept properly if there is any need of this. Now next we'll move towards landslides. Landslides now. What is landslide? A landslide is a mudslide it is a mudslide is a downward movement of large masses of rock, soil or mud. So a landslide or a mudslide, landslide is also known as mudslide. It is a downward movement of land, of large mass of rock, soil or mud. It moves downward. A large mass of rock, soil or mud are washed away or it is moved towards downward position. It is a natural disaster. So earthquake shaking or heavy rainfall can also cause landslide. Earthquake, shaking of heavy rainfall may also cause landslide. Now what are the steps to be taken to prevent it? Proper geological investigation and good engineering practices can reduce the effect of landslides. Number 2, cities and towns should have proper land use management maps to avoid this disaster. After landslide, we should not touch or work on loose materials and electrical wiring or poles. So when there is a landslide or after landslide, we should not use or touch or work on loose material and electrical wiring or poles. Okay. Lastly, we have what? Disaster management now. So disaster management is the last topic on this chapter, that is disaster management. Now, natural disasters can occur at any place, any time, and they cause a great damage to life and property, isn't it? So, for this, what do we do now? We need to be alert to handle any disaster very carefully. So, the government and the non-governmental organizations such as UNICEF, Red Cross Society and World Health Organizations had provided help to the people during these disasters. And in India, NDMA, which means Natural Disaster Management Authority, had provided relief and support during such events by supplying food, ration and water as well as clothes, medicines, etc. to the affected areas. So we have come to the end of this chapter. Okay, so this is all about NDMA, which means National Disaster Management Authority. They have provided us a relief to support the victims with the help of by supplying food, by supplying ration, medicines, all about this, clothes and all which is needed for the daily use. Okay. So, we have come to the end of the chapter, that is natural disaster, and this is the last chapter for the year 2020. And now we have completed the syllabus for the year 2020. So, exercise can be done on the online, okay, on the online basis and offline basis, and we are going to start with the exercise work from tomorrow. Okay, so that's all for today. So children, wish you all the best for your final term. Hope you will do your best, you will give your best, and these notes, this what is it called, explaining part will help you to support and give a best of your time, best of your exams. Okay. So in case of any emergency, in case of any doubt, you want to clear your doubt, queries and all, you can just contact me in my personal number. Okay, that's all.